So the first one we're going to start with is the sign for place itself. Let me make myself. Okay. There. Oh, nope. There we go. Okay. So the sign for place is going to be, you know how we have our K's, okay? You're going to turn it sideways. You're going to start away from you where your middle fingers are touching. You're going to go out, come back, in. And if you look at it as you do it, it looks like you're making a square, like a square, but sideways. And that's place. Place. Typically, when you go faster, even though it's like the shape of like a circle, it's still you're saying place. So place. Okay. The first one we have is home, or not first one, the next one, home. So home is going to be this little closed O, like small O. It's not a full, this little flat. You're going to start at the corner of your mouth, and you're going to go back to your ear. Home. Home. Now, there is a difference between home and house. So this would be home. And if you were going to talk about a house is you start with like the little tier, and you go down. House. House. It's like making the shape. If you remember when we were kids and we used to draw this one little triangle and a square. Okay. The next one we have is library, which if you remember when we did librarian, nope. I don't think we did jobs in this one yet, have we? We did? Okay, good. Sorry, that's right. Okay, usually like at the end of the weeks. That's why I was like, no, we haven't done this. Why am I talking like I know? You know, okay, good. So if you remember when we did librarian, we did the L in a circle. So this is library. Super easy, super simple. I used to get in trouble a lot in the beginning of this class because I would consistently forget to sign library. Like it was really bad, guys. It was really embarrassing. Like I would go through all of them and go, all right, let's go to the next one. She's like, Gillian, library. And I could not for the life of me keep up with it. I don't know why. It's one of the easiest ones too. I will take that. All right, the next one we have is school. So school is going to be your non-dominant palm up, dominant palm down, and you just clap. School. School. Mm-hmm. And this one you typically do kind of like 2 claps. School. But if you did 3, that's not going to like mess it up. Like if you did that, it's not going to be a big, whoa, I don't know what you said, that kind of thing. It's not. School. All right, we'll do one more and then we'll go back through those. The next one we have is church. Now, if y'all remember when we did the chocolate with our food, we had our chocolate, which is in a circle, and then church is tap. Church. Church. Mm-hmm. And this is not a specific, like related to a specific religion. That is just the generalized church. If you would get specific with a religion, that's a little more advanced. If you really had to, I would just finger spell. What's the denomination? I believe is the word. I'm trying to remember. I would do that. So if you had to get specific, I would do that. Okay, so let's go back. We had place. So it's the P's sideways, away, and come towards you. Mm-hmm. Place. Place. Then we had home. 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 House. 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 Then we had library. Library. Mm-hmm. And then school. 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 And then our final one, church. 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 I was about to sneeze if y'all couldn't. I was trying not to, and I was like, I'm losing my place. My eyes are watering. So I'm trying my best, guys, but that sun is getting me right now. Okay. Our next one is going to be hospital. So for hospital, what you're going to do, and it does not matter which arm. So if you go to your if you go to your left arm because you're right-handed, or you go to your right arm because you're left-handed, either way works. You're going to have that H. You're going to go on the opposite side. You're going to go across and then down. Hospital. Because it looks like you're making the plus sign for a hospital. Hospital. And you don't typically bring your whole arm with it. It's more like you just kind of do it on the side like this. but I'm trying to get you to see what I'm actually signing. I would not be coming up to people going, I need the hospital like this. I'm sure they'd probably be like, is it your arm? They would ask you, is this what's wrong? Okay. The next one is then store. So for a generalized basic store, not getting specific yet, you're going to have, it's kind of similar to teach when we did teach, but your hands are going to be fully down and you're going to do this. I like to think of it holding like a shopping bag and like shaking it. I don't know why that's my visual with it. I know, it does not make sense, but that's what I have. I hear like it's like I'm holding the bag going, look at all my goodies. Like, I don't know. That's my logic with it. Okay. So now we have our basic store. If we were going to get a little more specific, like a grocery store, clothes store, that kind of thing, you're going to add the signs for those. So for example, grocery store would be food store. Food store. And then for clothing, like clothes store, you would do clothes, which is the 5, and you're gonna have your thumbs brush down your clothes. So it's clothing store. Clothing store. Okay. We're gonna get specific right here because it's no, we'll wait. Darn it. There's some really like local specific ones that I love showing people, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna do the basics first and then we'll go specific. Okay. The next one is movie theater. So movie theater is very similar to cheese, okay? I knew that was gonna get someone. I know. It's so strange. So movie theater is movies. It's the same thing as we did with our cheese, but it's movie. Movie. My way to kind of identify them, first off, is context clues. You're not gonna say, oh, I want to go to cheese. Like that really wouldn't make a lot of sense unless there's a location named cheese. And then I would literally say the name of the place is cheese. Like I would finger spell that out to make that clarification. But like, or it's like I want to eat movie theater. You're not going to eat. They may ask you, you want to eat in the movie theater? Like I could see them asking you that, but like they're not going to make that connection kind of thing. Is that for cheese? I typically lean my hand like really far back. Whereas with movie, I'm a little more forward like this. Do you see? So movies like side up, and then cheese is like, I'm almost bending my hand backwards. That may not be for everybody. That's just kind of how I do it to help kind of differentiate for myself. It's almost being a little too dramatic with it, but just kind of a thing. If you notice me doing it, that's kind of why I do that. Okay. Let's do 2. Let's do 3 more. I know that's a lot, but we're going to do 3 more because that's pretty much the rest of our list. So the next one is restaurant. And this can be for fast food or like a sit down fancy dining one. Okay. Restaurant's going to be an R, and you're going to go in the opposite corner of your mouth and you're going to go restaurant. So you brush it down, restaurant. The reason restaurant is here is because the sign for napkin is napkin. Same thing, but it's like the 4. Or you can do the 2. I typically do the 2. But I do see people do the 4. So if you think about it at a restaurant, when you finish eating, you get the napkin, you like dab your mouth. So restaurant. Okay. We've already done bathroom. This was one that we've done in the past, which is the T and the shaking it back and forth. Or if you gotta be fancy, the restroom with the double R's. That one. So then the next one we have is police station. So this one is very similar if you remember, excuse me. It's still like the cop, when we were talking about jobs and we did cop with the little small C and we did it across like this. Typically police station is you still just do cop. So again, if you're trying to say you're going to the police station, going to the police, it's that same concept. And then my last one on this list is park. Now, park, playground, those kind of things, there's not really, especially for like park, there's not really a specific sign for it. You just finger spell park, like P-A-R-K. It's very short, so it's easy to just kind of finger spell fast. I always think of parks with playgrounds, so that's why I said playground. Typically for playground, I do play area. So the sign for play is you have 2 Y's. You shake them back and forth. play, and then area, like, or I'm showing you like 4 different, I'm trying not to. Area can be very different. Like there's like literally like 7 different ways you can sign area. It's all very similar. One is like area with an A, area. One is like both hands. One is one hand. That is a cute little cat that just poked its little head through. You think I'm not going to notice that? Oh, I'm definitely going to notice it. It's okay. Everyone's cats like to join in every now and then.
Normally I'm at school, so they're not in here, but today was my last day of college, like ever. So I'm at home, and she was like, here to party.
She's like, what is that? Well, yeah, she's like, oh my gosh, your last day. Oh, that's always exciting. You're so lucky.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Her name is Tulip, in case anyone was wondering.
So cute. Oh my goodness. Oh, you are so lucky to be done. That's the one thing I miss about college, you guys. I will say I love school, but man, that transition from the end of April to now the end of May being done is like, what is this? So, anyways, back to it. But yeah, so it's like play, and then you go area. Like you can do one hand where you just kind of make a circle. 2 hands you can also do too. Just it's kind of showing what's in front of you. That kind of vibe. If you're deal. Cannot talk tonight. Okay. Let's go back through those, and then what we'll do is we'll go to specific like popular restaurants and stores and stuff that have name signs. So let's see where we stopped. Okay, so our the first one we did was hospital, which was hospital. Mm-hmm. Then we had store, the weird little shopping bag, store. Then grocery store. Then we had clothing store. Then we had movie theater. Then restaurant. Mm-hmm. We did our review of bathroom, and then our restroom. Police station, which is again is just the police. Mm-hmm. And then our park. And then I know. Finger spelling is one of those things you got to get used to. Trust me. It can be like your hand probably is like cramping and you're just like, my hand can't anymore. But unfortunately, finger spelling is so strong in ASL. It's like it's gonna be like a force. Like I have to do this. There are days when I can't even do it. I don't know if I've told you about like there are days where I'll hold my hand up to finger spell because I will keep getting it wrong and I have to like hold it. It's almost like I'm being like, you're gonna put the correct letter here now. I've done that before. It's very common. A lot of people will do that. Even like at school, like any my deaf coworkers, if they're trying to finger spell something and they can't get it right, they're like they hold their hand and finger spell. It's like I have to hold you out so you'll do it right. It's kind of funny to me because I do it too, and I'm just like, I love that it's everybody does that. Okay, our last one was playground. Sorry, playground. Okay, now let's do a few of the specific places that are popular enough to have signs. The first one we're gonna do, because I love my coffee, is Starbucks. So Starbucks does have its own sign. And so Starbucks is going to be, you're going to have 2 8s. There you go. And you're going to have them face each other and you're going to flick them to each other. Don't hurt yourself, but yes, you flick them to each other. And this is Starbucks. I love this. I don't know why. I think it's because I love Starbucks that I'm like, oh yay, I don't have to worry about finger spelling Starbucks every 5 minutes when I'm talking about how I'm getting Starbucks. So Starbucks. It's one of those weird ones to also have to get used to because you're flicking your hand. You're trying to like not hit your hand, but you're not trying to miss it. Like it's it's one of those interesting signs. All right. The next one that has a popular name sign is Walmart. So Walmart is going to be, you're going to have your non-dominant fist. Your dominant hand is going to start as a W, and you're going to go Walmart. It's like you go for that W to an M. Walmart. Mm-hmm. Walmart. All right. The next one is Target. So this one's not as commonly seen. I still sometimes will fingerspell it just to be sure, but I have seen people do Target. It's like a little, they're like making the circle and then they point in their nose. Target, Target, Target. So it's like you're drawing the outline of the red circle and then the dot in the middle. Target. Now, again, that one I don't see as often. Walmart I see all the time. I see Walmart, I see Starbucks. Target's kind of one I've seen here and there. So if you do sign that to someone and they're like, what? I would just fingerspell it. Okay. The next one is McDonald's. And so McDonald's is going to have another non-dominant fist. You're going to start with an M and then you're going to go D. McDonald's, McDonald's, McDonald's. Burger King, I've seen the burger, like making the sign for burger, and then the sign for king. So king is going to be a K. You put it across and you come diagonally down. It's like the sash. So Burger King. I have also seen them. Is it Burger King? I've seen it, I think, with I think it's like a B and then a K. I've seen where it's like the B for burger up top and then ends in a K down below. B, K. That one I've kind of seen. I typically still just do Burger King. Let's see, where else? I'm trying to think of any other places I've seen name signs. Those are those are the more common ones because that's what the kids love. And
You got a Taco Bell, or do I have to fingerspell that?
So you could do Taco Bell. The sign for taco, I don't know if we did this one. Taco is you have your non-dominant in this like holding, think about holding an actual taco. That's what I like to say. And you're gonna have the 4 fingers go in it. Taco or taco. Did we do hot dog when we did food? I didn't think so. Okay. So hot dog is similar, but it's one hot dog. So you have your hot dog and you have your tacos. That's why I was like, because I was gonna say it's like hot dog, but with 4 fingers. And I was like, no, I don't think we did that one. So yeah. So I would do taco. And then the sign for bell is you have like a fist, your non-dominant sideways. You hit it and shake your hand. Bell. So it's like the ringing motion, the shaking. Yeah, bell. So taco, bell. That is one I have seen. Now, I typically see that one more with the kids. So does that mean it's official? Maybe not. But that is what they use. So I'm trying to think if there's any others. The more basic you get, like the more popular in areas, that's what they kind of have name signs for.
Anything for Wendy's?
No, I think it's just fingerspell, especially because it's so short. Wendy's, that they just kind of keep it as that. There was one I thought I saw for Chic Fil A, but then when I like asked people about it, it was not the same. Like no one was like, no, they just don't. And I was like, what? Because I saw like someone with like the C, make like a C and do this, and everyone was like, no, you're talking about a line. I was like, but I saw someone do this. Like it was a big discussion because I was like, I'm not crazy. But what I do see for a Chick Fil A is people will do chicken and they'll go filet, chicken filet, chicken filet, and that kind of like that basic play on the words of like chick and then filet. I love how I said filet, but I mean that's how they fingerspell it. It's not like they go FILA. They just go filet. So,
Question.
yeah.
Now, since you brought up like McDonald's and like Wendy's and stuff, how do you make a proper noun a possessive in ASL?
So that's an interesting, slightly complicated one. That's why I'm thinking. Depending on if you're talking about someone in a group, like for example, let's pretend we're all in person, okay? We're in a group. And I'm talking about it's Katie's. I'm not gonna say Katie's then but the apostrophe S. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go point to her and I'm gonna go hers. Like this hers. So like it's so hard to do. Okay. I'm gonna get some props in here. All right. So I have a book. We'll use this. Okay. So let's pretend I'm talking to the book. Like, Drew, you're the book. Miss Katie, stop it. Leave me alone, Miss Katie. I saw the laugh. And this is Miss Katie. If I'm talking to you about something that is hers, I'm going to look at you and I'm going to say, that's hers. And I'm still going to point the hand towards her. Does not mean I'm looking at her, but I'm still looking at you. That's how you kind of say the possessive, like, that's Katie's, that's hers. There's no really difference between saying like Katie's, his, hers, they're all kind of that generalized open hand. So if it was like, gotta add another prop. If it was both of theirs, I would say it's theirs. Like I'd motion it back and forth, still looking at you though. Does that make sense? Because if I looked at them, I'd be saying the yours, not theirs, that English concept. So like things like Wendy's and McDonald's, things like that, typically they're not really, there's nothing they emphasize with like, McDonald's like this. If you were finger spelling Wendy's, you could add the little in there like Wendy's, you could. But like again, that's not really a thing of like saying like, oh, it's Wendy's hers, because that I keep going, but the apostrophe, don't know why I can't just verbally say the word. The apostrophe is not really like saying it's hers. The literal sense of Wendy's is that's just the name brand. It gets very complicated. I'm trying to keep it like not going crazy, but I was like, no, this is not gonna make sense. ASL is very literal, I guess is the best way I would say it. Like, for example, you wouldn't say, we have all those little phrases like it's raining cats and dogs. You would not say that in ASL. If you were going to say it's raining really heavily, like you would take the meaning of that. So you wouldn't tell a deaf person it's raining cats and dogs. They're going to look at you and go, you're crazy. No, it's not. You'd have to do like it's downpour, that kind of thing. So ASL is very direct. So like that Wendy's with that apostrophe, it's not really Wendy's herself. It's a restaurant. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So we did a lot of restaurants and I did not have them on a list. I was just going what was in my noggin right now. So we're going to review the few that I can remember. If I forget one, please let me know. Okay. So we started off with our Starbucks, which is Starbucks. If you were going to do a basic coffee shop, like just a random coffee shop that's not Starbucks, it's a different one, you would do coffee, which I think we did other food. It's two fists on top in a circle motion. Coffee store, coffee shop. Again, that same thing. Back to our Starbucks. We had Starbucks. Then we did Walmart. Walmart. We did Target. We did McDonald's. Then we did Burger King, or one that I've not seen as common, but I've still seen BK, Burger King. What else did we do? Taco Bell, I know. Yep. So Taco Bell. And then I feel like I'm forgetting one. What else did we do? Or is that it? Okay, maybe I'm good. Okay, sorry. I thought Miss Katie was about to unmute herself. So
No, I was about to say, we talked about Chick Fil A and we talked about hot dog just being one.
one, yes.
Yeah.
One. And then yeah, we did do Chick Fil A. So just chicken. Ooh, let me go slow. Filet. I'm trying so hard not to go fast, guys. I'm sorry. Chicken fillet. Okay. And told you guys, when you've done it so many times, like your hand just naturally makes that motion. You're like, I need you to actually put the letters out. So, okay. Now we're going to move on to emotions and get one with our feelings. This one I think can be kind of fun. Especially when we get to some of the different ways you can sign. Like, I hate to say it, mad has so many different ways to sign it. Okay. Happy is like one option, but like mad has so many different ways. And I truly enjoy signing the mad ones because there's just so many different ones. It's really cool. Okay. So we're going to start off first with our sign for emotions, which is going to be ease. And you're going to go emotions. Emotions. I know I'm making the screaming E, I need to not, but I'm trying to show. Emotions. Then the next one is feeling/feel. Now, this one I would not use if you're talking about what something feels like. So like if you're talking about like texture, if something is soft, I really want to use the feel because this one's more talking about your feelings rather than the actual touching of something. Okay. So you're going to have your middle finger and you're going to kind of start at the center of your chest and you're going to flick it up. Feel. feel. This is again for feel and feeling. There's not really a difference for either one of those. Feel. Okay. Our first feeling is happy. So happy is going to be open. I call them open B's because, I mean, I don't call them that. That's what they call them. Open B's because it's the B with the thumbs out. And you're going to go happy on your shoulders. And you're going to pat up. Happy, happy. Now, another one with emotions I do like to emphasize is your face really should show what you're feeling. Because if you sit there and you go, happy, happy, they're not going to think you're happy. They're going to think you're trying to pull their leg or something. So keeping a little bit, you don't have to be like totally showing your face like I do everything. Like I don't hide my emotions at all. I can't. So if I go like this, like, you know, I'm happy, but you don't have to do that. You can just have a nice little, like, I look happy, that kind of thing. Okay. The next one is sad. So sad is going to be these fives. You're going to start kind of in front of your face and you're going to go sad, sad, sad. Okay. I don't think I'm going to add some variation to the sad one just a little bit. It's very simple. It's crying. So like when you're sad, you're crying. So crying is you're going to have tears coming down your face, crying. Some kids will do this and it's really funny, not in a funny sense of being sad, but it's like the sarcastic tone of like, you know how when you're like as a kid you're like, oh, sad, or things like that. They'll do the single tear coming down your face. They will literally go like, they'll just be like sad, or like if they're asking, can we play a game in class? I'm like, no, we're working. They'll go like they just get a little sassy with me and just one tear, like they're so sad. So I have seen that as like a nice little, like, not necessarily a joke, but a little bit of a joke of sarcasm kind of thing. Just to add that one. Another one for like bursting tears, like you were just like, they are sobbing their hearts out. It's like the 4, you have your pointer fingers here and you go sob. Like, it's just like, they just keep coming. There's no stop. And it's like, I'm like pointing them down. Like they just keep like crying, like boo-hooing, sobbing. We haven't done that one before, but I thought I would add it. Okay, let's go back through those and then we'll move on to the next one. So we had emotions. I always go up. It's down. Sorry. Emotions. Then we had feeling. Happy. Sad. Then we had crying. The single tear coming down your face because you're dramatic. Certain kids of mine that I love, but they'll do it. And then we had sobbing. Like sobbing. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now, our next one's going to be is mad. So, excuse me. I'm mad. Mad has a couple of different ways to sign it. One is going to be, it's going to be this like open C is what I call it. All the fingers are wide. It's kind of that. You're going to start near the bottom and you'll go up your face. Mad. Some people will go back and forth like this, like who, like, I sometimes will see this when, like, if you're talking to someone and they think you're mad or they say you're mad, they'll go, ooh, like they'll make like this, ooh, like whoa, you're mad kind of thing. So for mad, another way you can say it is when, like, we'll do the boiling one first. So you know how when we talk about I'm boiling, like I'm so angry, that kind of thing. This is one where those like play on words that we use actually does have like a sign in relation to it. I know I just said that earlier, like it doesn't, but like these do. So the first one for boiling is you're going to have your non-dominant hand go across. I'm going to lift it higher so you can see, but really it's more like at your chest level. So I'm just up so you can see. My dominant hand's going to come in here and make this wiggling fingers motion. And so when it's down here, you're just like, you make a face like, Like I am fuming. Like this is like the motion for like I'm fuming, I am boiling, I am so mad. Because fun fact, this is like the sign for saying boiling. Like actually like boiling water is this kind of motion. So yeah, your face will help tell if you're talking about boiling water versus I am just so mad right now. The next one is explosive, like I'm about to explode, like I'm so mad or I'm exploding, I'm blowing up, that kind of thing. And so if you remember when we did our soda, it was soda is like a little flick and then pop. Like not blowing up is going to be you're going to flick up with your fingers up high and slam it down. Like it's almost my connection with it is that when you shake a soda can and then you open it, it just spurts out. And so when you blow up or you were just so mad you're exploding, it's you've been bottling it in and it's been boiling and bubbling and now it's just coming out like it does like a soda can. So I'm exploding. Okay. And then you'll be fine. Sorry, my dog distracted me. The last one I have is fed up. Like I am so mad and I'm so done. Now I think we did this one when we talked about food with being full. Yeah. So fed up is you're gonna do the same thing, but your face is gotta be like, I'm just so done. I'm like fed up. Now please be careful with this one. I think I talked about it. You can bite your tongue doing this one. You can really do some damage. I have done things that have been very painful on accident just because it was like just being like so frustrated and just going whoop. That's a very easy one to do some damage to. So be careful with that one. Okay. So that's all our mad ones. Let's go through the mad ones again because there were a lot, and then we'll move on to the next ones. So we had the first one for mad. Then we had the other one that was mad, going back and forth. Then we had the boiling, like I am fuming. I mean, I make the face like, oh my goodness. I get those eyes squinched really tight. Then we had the blowing up, like I'm so mad. Blowing up. And you want to make sure you add that big, like you pulling it back, like it is just. And then we had fed up. Okay. Our next one we have is scared. So scared is going to have two S's. You're going to start like this. So one's a little higher than the other, and you're going to go scared. It's like you're throwing fives in front of your face. I typically think about like if you do get startled, or at least if you've seen like, shows or whatnot, when people get startled, they'll kind of go like this, they'll put their hands up. Is that kind of like scared hand sign? Scared. That can also be for like scary, like a scary movie, scary things like that. Scary, like a scary. I typically, when I'm doing, now again, this is a more me thing than it can be at others, but just something that to add. When I'm talking about scared, like I'm scared, I do it like one time. Like I will just go scared. But if I'm talking about like a scary movie, I'll be like scary. Like I'll bounce it back and forth. Not necessarily a fully like ASL like thing. It's just something I do. Again, because I was born and raised with English, and that's my first language. I think first place. I said first place. Sorry, my first language. That I just have to like, for me, I have to identify a little bit of differences, but that's not always the case with others. Okay. The next one is tired. So like I said, it's emotions along with like characteristics and stuff. I know that tired is not really an emotion, but it can be. Just kind of depends. So tired is going to be, you're going to have those bent hand shapes again. You're going to come on top, like when we did have and then animal, but now you're going to go tired. You come inward, tired. And I always add my shoulders into it. Like I'm showing I am tired today. Like I am so tired. You can do tired with the one hand. But I would be a little careful with it. Not that it's bad. It just also, one hand is fault. So it can be a little bit of a confusion. So I typically just do two hands for tired. But this is just also in case if you're talking to someone and they say tired, like they do this, then you can know, okay, they probably mean tired. So just a little FYI. All right, the next one is bored. So bored and boring, they're the same one. Is you're gonna have your pointer finger, you're gonna start in the corner of your nose and go bored, bored, bored. My connection with this and the visual I get is when a kid is so bored in class, like, you know, they're just bored out of their mind, they start picking their nose. You know, they have that in like TV shows of like kids just sitting there just like doing that. And I think that's honestly why they got that, is because it's like just bored. It's boring. That bored. All right. The next one is upset. So upset is going to start with a B. You're going to have it kind of come on top. Stop, Henry. And you're going to flip. Upset. Upset. Now this one, you want to make sure you keep it up top. You don't want to go below your stomach, because if you go below or towards your stomach, then it looks like you're saying pregnant. So just a little FYI, yeah. Like I said, there are certain signs that are very similar that are like, whoa, those are two different things. So upset. And then our last one before we go back through those five, embarrassed. So embarrassed is going to be 2 5s, and you're going to kind of brush them up your cheeks. Like I'm not even touching my face, but I'm close. Embarrassed. And I'm like coming up. I like to think the visual of it is that when, you know, if something embarrassing happens, your face gets really red, and it's like I'm making the motion of the red just coming up my face. Embarrassed. Embarrassing. Embarrassed. Okay. Let's go back through those. So we had scared, 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 scared. Then we had tired, tired, tired. Then we had bored, bored, bored. Upset, upset, upset. And then embarrassed, embarrassed, embarrassed. Okay. All right, let's go on to the next little group. Excuse me. All right, the next one we have is calm. So calm is going to be, you're going to start with like these two B's up top, and like they're it's in front of each other. Sorry, I was trying not to confuse you, but I think I was making it worse. And you go calm, calm, calm. I don't know if you guys ever at your school did like a Christmas recital, but I just remember whenever we did silent night, we always went silent, which I mean, that is the sign for silent, calm and silent. So that's all I ever think about. I always want to be like, yeah, it's like when we did silent, but I'm like, not everybody has the same Christmas recital as me. Silent or calm. My goodness, I knew I was going to do that. Okay. The next one is excited. So excited is going to be your middle fingers again, and you're going to go flick up and alternate. So flick up. And this one, you can, if you really wanted to show like how excited you were, I will go like super fast. Like I'm just like, oh, it's exciting. Like, I mean, I know I'm like a hyper bunny. Okay. Like I'm like the Energizer bunny. I know I'm just crazy sometimes with it. So I will go like this a lot if I'm really, really excited about something. So excited. But the slow one, you can also do excited. Okay. The next one is chill. There are 2 ways you can do this, okay? One is the actual, like, I'm calm, like I'm cool, collected. And then the other one is like, if you guys have heard, you know, when someone tells you, hey, you need to chill, like just chill. There's kind of a sign I've seen for that one that I use now a lot. So the first one for chill is like, I'm just kind of chilling. I'm just cool. It's going to be 5. So you're going to bounce them. I'm cool, chill. The other one for chill, like chill down, is going to be 2 C's. And you're going to like have your like the ends touch. Chill, chill. Like you see, it's like my top right here and right here touch. Chill, 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 chill. That was a very funny one to see the first time ever with my kids because that was not one I learned. I learned chill. And then they were like, chill. Like they said it to another classmate. I went, what is this? And they're like, chill. Like, calm down, chill. And I was like, I've never seen that before. And that's all I've seen now. So, okay. Our next one is frustrated. So it's going to be two B's and you're going to go in front of your face and go down. Frustrated. And you almost want to make it like the flat. Frustrated, frustrated. Mine with this is, you know, when you're frustrated and like nothing's going smooth, you just kind of keep hitting roadblocks. This is the roadblocks. Like you're just bumping into every roadblock and that's frustrating. That's where I kind of make my connection with frustrated. Frustrated. All right. The next one is nosy. And nosy is super simple. You just tap on your nose. Nosy, nosy. I use that one quite a lot because I have some of the nosiest kids ever. Honestly, deaf children are very, very nosy. Like kid you not, I don't know if I've talked about this, but like any strange, when I say stranger, any person that comes to school that they're not immediately like they know who, they will come up and go, who are you? Who are you? Where are you from? What are you doing here? Like they will ask you 1,000 questions and you're just like, whoa. So they have no like they're not like shy and kind of sit back and we're just like no. We've had like high school students come who are like learning ASL and they'll come in during the cafeteria and the amount of kids that will just funnel to them and be like, who are you? Who are you? What's up? What are you doing here? And like asking them all these questions, it's insane. Like, no, they are so nosy. And I'll just look at them or they'll even like try to like watch conversations with others. I'm like, are you being nosy? And they're just like, I'm not nosy. And I'm like, yes, you are. You are staring at their conversation. So nosy is a very common one at school. Nosy. Okay. Let's go back through those 5. So we had calm, 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 excited, excited, chill, chill, or chill, chill. Then frustrated, frustrated. And then nosy, nosy. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna do a few more. I'm saying about 623. Okay, I know that's a weird number, 623. What we're gonna do is I will stop my little list because there's a lot. There are a lot of signs in this one. And I'm gonna leave it up like open for you guys to ask me specific characteristic signs, personality signs, emotions, things like that you would like to know. Because I feel like if I throw all of them at once and you're like, well, I don't care for that one, I don't want to just give you 20 billion signs that you're just like, I may not use all of these. So it gives us about like 8 minutes to do a few more. And then I'm gonna leave it open for you guys, okay? So I know this one's a very heavy, like content heavy class right now. All right. The next one is the sign for serious. So serious is going to be, you're going to have that pointer finger and you're going to go serious, serious. It's like a twist, like serious, serious. Then we have funny, excuse me. Funny is going to be the 3 plus the 2 fingers and you're going to brush your nose. Funny, funny. Now, this one you could not use for fun. Because funny and fun are 2 different things. Funny, it can be funny but not fun. It can be fun but not funny. I don't know why, but they're 2 different. So you have funny, where you're just brushing the nose. Fun is you brush. Fun. There, I had to think for a minute. You're like, so it's 2. It's not the 3. You're gonna tap your nose, and then tap 2 fingers here. Yeah, fun, fun. Yeah, I was having to think because I was like, I would think the 3 would be open, but the thumb would be out, but it's not. Just had to think for a minute. Fun. So funny, fun. Okay. The next one is silly. There are two ways you can sound silly. The first one is you're going to have a Y, and your thumb in front of your nose, you're going to bounce it back and forth. You're not going to hit your nose, though. You're just close to it. Silly. Silly. The other one is you have two Y's. You have them in front and you go silly. 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 I know that was like, well, that's a lot of movement, lots of hands everywhere. Yeah. So silly. This one, that's all you got right now. You good. You are good. Silly. Okay. The next one I have is ignore. So ignore is going to be 4 fingers. You're going to have your pointer finger come to your nose, and you're going to go ignore. 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 That one makes me always giggle because teaching my kids how to understand the term ignoring someone, no, I'll be like, just ignore them. And they'll go, okay. They'll look at the other student and go, I ignore you. And I'm like, that's not ignoring. That's full on addressing. And I have to tell them, ignore is you have your back to them and everything. And they don't get it. They'll still just say, I'm ignoring you. I'm ignoring you. And I'm like, you're not. It's a whole thing.
How would you do don't ignore? Like, don't ignore me.
Don't, like we did the not ignore. That's another one for like, if you're doing like not funny, you would just add that not funny. That's not funny. Not funny. Any kind of thing you're trying to say like don't do, you would add that not. Like if you're saying don't be nosy, don't be nosy. Don't be nosy. Nosy, don't. So that not, this is really for not, also don't. It's kind of the same one in together because they're very similar. Okay. Then we have annoy or bother. So this one has a few, I'm going to show you a few ways with it. It might get a little complicated. If it gets too complicated, just tell me. It's one sign, but there's just different variations that apply to different words. So annoy is going to be, you're going to have, okay, how to make sure I have one thumb out. The other one can be, I always close it in. It's not the end of the world. And you're going to have this hand go in the crook between your thumb. Annoy, annoy, annoy. And you're kind of like angled the hand down and you're like tapping into it like you're annoying. This can also be bothering, like you're bothering someone. Bother and annoy. Excuse me, my goodness. Now, the other word that's around with that too is interrupt. So interrupt is very similar. The one difference is you do one time. Interrupt. So if you are having to try to interrupt a conversation, and it's two people talking, and you need to interrupt them, you need to talk to them about something, you would go and you'd either go like, sorry, interrupt, and then make your comment or something like that. You can't say sorry to bother, but really it's more like sorry, interrupt. And like the reason I'm going forward is, again, I'm not going to get my props out this time, but if there were 2 people here and I'm trying to like talk to them, I would jump, like I would show like I'm almost making the motion, I'm jumping between you guys. Interrupt. Okay. Let's do one more and then we'll go through those. The next one is proud. So proud is going to be, this one, and I had to choose one that was a little hard to show on camera. So you're going to have a thumbs up. You're going to make it down, but you're going to start at your belly button and you're going to slide it up like you're zipping a jacket. Proud. That also can be for pride, like very proud. I have pride, that kind of thing. Proud. Okay. Let's go back through those again. So we had serious. Now, I know with this one, oh wait, we haven't. That's why. Never mind. I won't talk about it. We're not going to add it. It'll just confuse you guys more. And I don't want to do that to y'all right now. Serious. Serious. Then we had funny. Then fun. Then we had silly. Or the big silly. which I know is a lot. Then we had ignore. Ignore. So the pointer finger on your nose. Yep, ignore. Ignore. We also did don't around here, so I'm gonna add that real quick. Don't/not. So don't ignore, don't be funny, that kind of thing. Then we had annoy/bother. Annoy, bother. Then we had interrupt. 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 And then proud/pride. Proud. Proud. So again, if it makes sense, the help with the annoying and the bother, interrupt, like I said, was blocking, jumping between. Annoying and bothering is that it's like the motion of you're constantly doing it. Yeah, like you're just constantly interrupting. That sort of thing. Okay, it's now 6:23. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let it open for you guys to have any words that you guys are curious of for emotions, feelings, things like that. I'm gonna leave it kind of open for you guys while I take a water break.
I have a places question.
Yes.
How do you say Disney World?
It has one. It has one. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot that one. Yes, so Disney, you would go. So you can't just do Disney. If you're talking about, oh, I'm going to Disney, you can't just do this. But the like official of it is Disney, and then you're gonna do the sign for world. The sign for world is you're gonna have two W's. You're gonna start on top of each other and circle. Almost like our year, but now it's world. So Disney World. Disney World. I do see this one more, but that also could just be because we don't always like to fully say every single word in a sentence. So same thing goes in ASL. But yeah, Disney World. Okay, anxious or nervous. So anxious and nervous is you're gonna do basically you're gonna have your hands like this and you're gonna shake them. Like it's literally like, do you see my hands shaking? Like it's that. Very, very like to the point. This is blunt. It's a B and you just stick it forward. Yeah, sorry. I know I do that one a lot. Because I use that as like that's just directly to the point because it's not very like veering. It's just so anxious or nervous. Then shy. Okay, so shy is gonna be the back of your fingers. You're gonna have it at the corner of your mouth. You're gonna go shy. Shy. Now you don't want to flip up, okay? It's not nice. Just keep it on your cheeks. Shy. 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 Okay. Disappointed. This was the one that was around with serious that I was trying to I wasn't gonna go to, but we're going here because someone asked. So disappointed is disappointed. Like, oh, I just stabbed myself with my nail. If y'all have long nails, watch out as well. That will get you as well. The amount of times I scratch my face, it's a nightmare. Disappointed. Disappointed.
That's like similar to Missy, right?
Yes. Yes. Those were the three I was gonna address, and I was like, maybe not, maybe not. They'll get too confusing, but I'm gonna address it now. So we had the serious of the twist. Serious. It is serious. Then we had the disappointed. Disappointed. Miss you, like I missed you, like missed you. It's your face is going to show the difference, unless you're talking about how upset you were that you missed someone. Like I missed. Okay, well, I realize how that words, and I need to explain that one. Is if you were saying like you missed someone, like, oh, I missed them, like I'm not like, oh, gosh. Sorry, ASL is so easy to explain this, but English is not easy with this right now, and I'm trying to figure out how to say it. So like, let's say I wanted to go see Miss Katie and I went to the library and she wasn't there. So I missed her. I missed out on seeing her. You would go with the C and you'd close it to a fist. Miss. So I missed you. That's like saying, oh, I missed you. I didn't see you. That's also for like guess as well. Miss, guess, that kind of thing is around there. If you're saying like, oh, I've missed someone, like, oh, my husband was at work for 2 weeks or was away for 2 weeks and he came back and I said, I missed you. That's that miss. Like, I missed you. Miss. Yeah. As you can tell, I was sitting there going, oh, the ASL does change on that. That does happen with certain words. That will be the English, we use the same word for different meanings, but in ASL, we do not. Another one is the word for run. I will not do that one tonight because there's like 20 billion of them. If you guys ever ask me, I will tell you the sign for run. But if you think about the amount of ways we use the word run, first off, it's ridiculous. Oh my gosh, why do we just have the same word for everything? ASL does not. ASL has a new sign for every single type of run that it is. So it's very interesting where it goes like that. Okay. Oh, that's a good one. So for the sign for like, okay, and this is the general like, oh, I like this, I like her, I like this person. Not as in the like I have googly eyes for them. Not that kind of like, okay? Is you're gonna start. I'm gonna do the motion first and then I'll sign it because I'm like sitting here trying to slow pace it. I'm like, I know I'm gonna confuse y'all. It's like. So it's your thumb and your middle finger are touching and you pull it out like. And like your fingers come together. So like mine come into the point. Like. Like. So like if you were saying, you know, you met someone and like they were talking, you're like, oh, I like her, she's nice. You would go, oh, I like. If you were also going to say don't like, this is so you can, yeah. So there are two ways you can do the not like I don't like her, like I don't like him, like no, with a shaking of the head, not, or you can go don't like. It's the like and throw away. Yeah, I don't like that. Same can go for food, okay? I have kids who will literally be like, I don't like that. And I'm like, okay, I get it. I don't like this. I have one kid who constantly talks to me about lima beans, kidney beans. He loves all the beans. And I'm just like, I'm not a big like kidney bean person or lima bean. And he'll just be like, you don't like this? But then he doesn't like sweet potatoes. And I'm like, well, I love sweet potatoes. And it's this whole big like back and forth. I'm like, dude, we can like different things, but he can't get it. So if you were talking about like, okay, like as in you like someone. So this one has a couple different ways, and I'm trying to think of which ways to say it. I don't know why I'm stuck in this way. I think it's just because in middle school, I'm so used to how we would always be like, oh, you like her. Like we would say it. I always go like I just bring it twice. I'm like, you like with the like facial expressions to be like, you like her. Some ways you also can do it is like the sign for flirt, which, and this one gets kind of directional, so that's why I struggle with it. It's just like you're wiggling your finger, so like she's flirting with you, and again, your face has got to be showing like, oh yeah, you're talking about flirting. I'm trying to think of a couple different ones because, like, you know, I teach 4th through 6th grade, but those 6th graders, man, they are all about just like romance and dating, and they love to ask everybody questions about it and stuff. And it's kind of funny because I'm just like, why are y'all so nosy? Some will do like I've seen one of my coworkers call out another kid because like they're always like arguing with this other like little kid, and so she's like, your eyes are heart to the student. So like hearts, like, you know, hearts with the eyes, that kind of motion of like a heart. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what the actual professional way of saying like is because I only ever see immature kid ways of like. I'm still stuck on the like. And I know the best part too is I've been taught like what's the fancy way of saying you like someone. Yeah, my brain's like, no, it's like. It's always like.
I think the playground version is the official one on this one.
I agree. Thank you. Because like, oh my gosh, guys. Okay, like, I don't know. I know it's probably like, I probably actually, you know what? I'm gonna put it down in notes. I'm gonna ask my coworker tomorrow who is older than me. So she didn't grow up around doing the like all the time. So maybe she's got a different way. I know they got like one with like the eyelashes just fluttering, like the fluttering of the eyelashes, like you're just fluttering, they're just fluttering away. Typically I think the more professional one is like the flirting or the flirting. But I'm gonna ask and see because I just feel like makes sense. If I said that to anyone, like my coworkers that are kind of closer to my age, like if I say like they know what I mean by that. So I'm kind of curious if it's like a generational thing. So I'm actually gonna let me put a little reminder. If I tap it in there, I'll lose it. But yeah, that's a fun one I gotta figure out. Okay. Are there any others that you guys can think of while I'm trying to quickly? I know it's past 6:30, but I'm just trying to think of any others that you guys are curious of. Oh, There we go. Oh, excuse me. Any others? Are you guys good? I know there's a lot tonight.
Okay. All right. If there aren't any more, then I'll get this uploaded and I'll send out all the vocab sheet. Since this is our last class, do you have something you wanted to say?
No, sorry. First off,
Did you forget it was our last class?
This is our last class. I thought next week was. Oh, I'm so off my weeks, guys. Congratulations. Sorry, there are 2 ways you can do it. So congratulate, like holding hands, like shaking, like like the or celebrate, like or I love how I did this. Sorry, you do celebrate like we did before when we were talking about sports. The other one is the way you applause in sign language, which is the handshake. Yeah, I was going to say most of us know this one. We see this one often. It's the hands shaking sort of thing. So that. Wow, this is our last class. Wow. Oh my
Yeah, it is.
Whoops. I'm usually like always like thinking like it's late, like earlier or later. I never can get it right, but I've never been this bad to the point where the last class is happening and I didn't know. Wow. Okay.
Maybe it's better you didn't know.
Yeah.
You sail through it innocently. So I did want to say I'll send everything out tomorrow. And if y'all want to take another class, Drew, if you want to take another class again, it's awesome to have you. Email me because a lot of times the classes will say they're full, but we'll let somebody in that's taken the class before because, it'd be a refresher. It's not like we're wondering if you're going to catch on at all or having any trouble, stuff like that. So, yeah, that's all I've got. Y'all come by the library and see me. And if you have any questions for Gillian in the future, you can shoot them my way and I'll pass them to her. And other than that,
Yeah, please
it's
do.
been great.
I'm still hung up on that. So I'm just sitting here like, well, have I gotten everything? Oh no. If you guys have questions, please, email. We can always add it in the next group session of class and then send it to your way. If it's something you really need, then I can always like try to video. I say try because teacher near the end of the year it gets a little crazy. But yeah, any of that sort of things.
All
Thank you
right.
both.
Thank you. It was
Thank
so
you,
fun.
guys.
Thank you, Gillian.
Thank
Thank you,
y'all.
Katie.
Thank you,
Thank
babe.
y'all.
Thank you.
Y'all have a wonderful rest of y'all's week. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.